Hi, this is Sarah from Sarah Resell, and I brought my better half over here to join with me today for doing a reselling.
What's old?
Yeah. See, this is why he's here. It's because my brain is not working. So we were going to go over some weekend solds from last week, but before that, if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's under Sarah Resell. And also you can like and subscribe this YouTube. We're trying to get some helpful information on here, and we'll get right into it. So first of all, we'll go over eBay solds. We sell on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, a little bit of Citizen, a little bit of Amazon. We're trying to get into Amazon. But the first thing that sold was a Target brand, Who What Wear plus size yellow pleated skirt, and to be honest, it sold for $5, and I was thrilled because we got them probably a year and a half ago, and it has taken forever to get rid of them. We had a whole bunch, and I'm just trying to get them out of here by now. So $5 was just fine to move that inventory. Also, all of our what's the word? Our stuff.
Inventory.
Inventory. We're having to film this after the kids are in bed, and apparently that my brain is shut off after 10. But our inventory is from the Goodwill bins. So if you think things cost $1.29 a pound, and kind of you can guess how much stuff weighs is usually about $1.50 is what things average out to be. Or we've gotten a ton of donations during the coronavirus pandemic of people who wanted to donate their items because they can't donate them at the Goodwill, and they wanted to support our business. So anyway, the cost of goods for pretty much everything that's sold is bins prices down to free.
Yeah. So second, we sold a Rock Revival men's jeans. So Rock Revivals are always great, and I listed them at like 70, and they went within a day or two for $45.50. So, and the buyer paid shipping,
which was awesome.
And those were free.
Thank you, friend, who donated those to us. We had a sale of a Vicky Vaughan, which apparently is a vintage brand because there was a lot of comps on it, and definitely a lot of interest right away. So it's apparently a well-known vintage brand. But it's a vintage 60s, 70s nightgown, and it sold for $25. And actually the buyer, we canceled, and then she rebought because she had the wrong address. So if you ever run into that, for those of you newer, if they ask you to change the address because it was incorrect on eBay, the eBay response to that is that you need to go and have the transaction canceled and then repurchase after correcting their address. So we've had to do that quite a bit over the years. So just a little tip there.
And in our listings, we have like a cut and paste section where we put in about our return policy and different things like that. But one of our cut and paste that we put on every listing is all about that return of if you've put in the wrong address, or I think it's something like per PayPal policy, we have to ship it to the address that was originally purchased in. And so that could be a quick one that you want to put on all your listings, whatever you cut and paste and plop in there. So next up, a Big Daddy for $4. Some Puma Athletic Sports Bra Racer back. So that was $4, and the buyer paid shipping, but it was probably something that we've had in our inventory for like 3 years or 2 years.
It was definitely when I was so excited to just get my money back and move on. The next one was Nike little Toddler athletic sandals. I actually was going to use them for my little guy, but he did not like them and just kept taking them off. So I ended up throwing them up on eBay and some different platforms, sold right away. Actually, I put them on eBay, and then I usually cross-list I use List Perfectly to cross-post to other platforms, and before I even had gone to cross-post it, I already had sold on eBay. So it was a nice flip, $16, it was very lightweight. So cheap, and it's a good one to watch out for.
Next up, we had some Vans old school skate shoes. They were black and white checkered, and they cleaned up really nice, and those were a quick sale for $22 plus buyer paid shipping.
All right, the next one was not a quick sale, a vintage sweater. So I thought it was so cute, but Fairy Kai is kind of like a Japanese style that is popular, but this one is not really quite fitting that criteria. It was a little darker purple, but the really like faint pastel colors can do really well. This one sold eventually. It took a while for $17.60 when it was on sale. Buyer paid shipping on almost all our items. We have buyer paid shipping.
Next up was a Maury sundress that sold for $12. That was probably another one that's been in our inventory. We've been in the process of taking our old inventory, ending the listings and then relisting, and then also putting on Mercari and Poshmark, and things are moving. So
it's really been amazing. I've never taken time to end and relist because I always had fresh inventory. But right now, we have the time. We're redoing our inventory, so we need to put in new SKU numbers on everything. And I am amazed how fast things sell with new listings. So definitely do that if you have older inventory. Even things that I've had only on there like 3 months, I wouldn't think that would be such a good thing to do, but it's really working for us. The next thing is a universal thread. It's a Target brand. It was another one of those that a whole bunch of stuff came through the Goodwill bins, and I grabbed them because they were like tons of the same thing, and I could put them up pretty quick and just do variations in sizes. And so it sold for $9.60 buyer paid shipping.
next up was a WHBM. I don't know what that
White House
means.
White House
Black Market. Okay, gotcha. I do know what it is. So $8.39 buyer paid shipping.
And next one is a friend of mine donated a whole bunch of plus size tops, and I've been loving them because they sell really fast. Avenue, I don't know if that's even, I haven't heard of that brand before, but it was a whole bunch of Avenue plus size tops that have sold really fast for $12, which it was free to us, so it's amazing. And then buyers paid the shipping and all profit besides our eBay and PayPal fees.
Next up was another Big Daddy, a Shade and Shore bikini bottom for $5.
Target new with tags. I just can't leave Target new with tags behind because people buy it. It doesn't go for a lot, but
you sell 40 of them for $5, you make money.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of 40, the next thing is a vintage handmade knit sweater. It's so pretty. It was beautiful. So I priced it high just because I thought it was really nicely made. It's like got the popcorn style where it's like balls on the front. Like, I don't know. It was super pretty. It sold for $40.
Next up, apparently I've got all the Big Daddies. Tommy Bahama top for $5. That's probably been in our inventory for a million years, and it's gone, and buyer paid shipping. So,
and honestly, I feel like when we accept lowball offers, it tends to lead to more offers. And if it's stuff we've had forever and I don't even want to bother relisting, I am so fine with just, we're still probably doubling or tripling our money and we're moving on. So it's all good. The next thing is Levi's Bermuda shorts. They were black, just kind of like, yeah, just a really simple Levi's jeans, but they were new with tags, $24.
Next up, a new with tag universal thread dress for $14 plus shipping.
So Universal Thread hasn't usually done super great for us. That particular Target brand, as far as some Target brands we get more for than others, but still decent, new with tags, and it went. Next one, Merona, another Target brand that doesn't do super awesome, but it was free and I posted it up. Sold for $8, just a basic 3/4 sleeve boat neck top.
And next, it was an American Eagle women's sweatshirt for $5 plus shipping.
And that one was one I was like, do I take this? Because I know I could get more. It was it was in good shape. But it was one of those things where I'm like, hey, I want to keep things moving and I want more sales and I'm going to accept this. And I totally believe in it. I believe that once you do that, something happens. The next thing is a Prince and Fox women's extra large military jacket. It sold for $10.
And the next was a new Camco RV male plug-in replacement thing. And so it was new with tags and $12 plus the buyer paid shipping. Yeah,
it was something that was donated to us, still in the packaging, and I had no idea what it was. I just wrote down what it said, and it sold within a couple days. Next one is a Mossimo romper, sold for $10.
Next was a new wearables XCVI. What the heck does that mean?
I think it's like Roman numerals, and so you're supposed to figure out.
So what?
Roman numerals, is it like 95 or 6? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know. But they were pants, and they sold for $25. They were new, yeah.
Torrid. I tend to not get a lot of sales that are worth much in the Torrid smaller sizes. So a Torrid 1 only went for $8. That does not surprise me. I do better with the bigger sizes.
Then we've had a lot of shoes that we've been cleaning up and things, but these were just old naturalizers that went for $10. plus shipping, some loafer flats.
There was a Gymboree little girl's sundress, went for 10.
I love my Curves women's swimsuit for $15. It was new with tags, so.
And I hope the buyer got it. She messaged me she needs it by a certain date, and yeah, I sent it out next morning, and she was like, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, so hopefully she got that. All right, and then I think we need to move to Mercari.
To Mercari, yeah. So on Mercari, we had a number of sales, and I'm just going to pop these out. So we had a Disney chess set that I'm not sure where you got that, if that was a donation.
I think it was the bins.
Okay, that was a bins, but that was a good sell, $40. And then we also had another Disney Park Lion King. They were stuffed animals, Lion King Simba, and not sure who the other character was, but that was $19.
And that was free shipping, so that was not a big profit. It sat for a really long time, and then I ended up doing pirate ship because it was going to fit. I thought it was going to, I don't know why I did that. I could have just done the $11. Anyway, it was with shipping.
Then we had a vintage women's wool skirt for $15, which good quick flip. We had a lot of offers that came in, and I'm noticing on Mercari, the offers are usually within a couple dollars of whatever you listed it, whereas on eBay, offers can be half the amount or, a quarter of the amount sometimes. But, yeah, I don't know what the culture is, but, yeah.
I think they don't let you, there's like a limit on how a percent below the price that they can actually do. So that eliminates lowballs. It's
gotcha.
Nice. Yeah.
Then we had an Eddie Bauer men's extra large shirt. Anytime we get extra large, it's great. That was $10. Then we had some Tom's women's classic shoes that went for $15. They cleaned up nice. And we also, Maurice's, this was an old inventory one that has been in our system for a long time, cross list, and sold out for $10, which is great because it's just sitting forever, and we're ready to donate a lot of this stuff, but it was just like, let's cross list it, and it's selling. Then we had a Style & Company dress that went for $15. Levi's women's jean shorts, they were white, that went for $22. And then a Victoria's Secret sports bra for $12. And then a Max Studio top that was extra small that sold for $9.
All right, so now I'm going to do Poshmark sales, and I posted on Instagram that a buyer emailed me and said that I don't know, basically accused me of price gouging, and it was for the item of a Pocahontas snow globe. The Pocahontas snow globe did sell for $28 on Poshmark, which was kind of cool because it was going to be a little bit expensive to ship due to the weight, and that's why I think the buyer thought I was price gouging. I don't know. But on Poshmark, it's a flat fee, and so they did not have to pay
I can see why they thought that. Snow globes are essential items.
Very essential, especially when you're bored.
Food or snow globe.
All right, and then there were some Nike, or just some, not Nike, but I mean, is Nike and Air Jordan the same? It's different brand, right?
Yeah, well, they're a different brand, but they are under the Nike house.
Because I think it should have just said Air Jordan, not Nike Air Jordan. Anyway, this is a really old listing. They sold for $10. I was so glad to get them out of here because nobody cared about them, apparently. We sold some Loft and Taylor linen shorts that were that sold for $14. I got a bundle. I hardly ever get bundles on Poshmark. Every time people make bundles and I set what I think is a great deal, they don't think so. So anyway, the bundle.
We have a harder time with Poshmark.
Poshmark is our hard one, that is for sure. We don't understand the culture quite as well. So Nike, it was a Nike dry fit hoodie, size large pullover. It was just listed, and she right away put it in a bundle along with an Iron Eagle, like a men's bicycle shirt. That shirt had been in there so long, and she offered on her own, where did it go? $25. And the shirt, or the sweatshirt, I had listed at $24. And so it was basically getting full price for the thing that I just listed and giving her a cycling jersey that had been sitting and no one cared about. So I was happy with that, and hopefully she was too. And then Lilo and Stitch, like a zip-up onesie kind of costume / like lounge pajama thing. That sold for $15. Vintage question mark. So when I'm not positive on how vintage it is. I'll sometimes like, I think it is. But their Levi's $5.17. They sold for $20. And Eddie Bauer men's pants sold. They're like hiking pants. Oh no, these were actually like jeans. They were a little thicker. A lot of times our Eddie Bauer stuff's more like hiking stuff, but this was actual jeans. Sold for $18. And I think that was it.
And then we had a Fulfilled by merch on Amazon. A couple years ago, I jumped onto Amazon and started buying books and video games. I had a contact where I could get a ton of video games, and I didn't understand Amazon yet, and still don't. But I didn't really even understand the ranking system, and so I thought that all these video games were just awesome. And I sold hundreds of them over 2 years, but they just sat there forever, and it was slow. And but we felt like overall that was a
I think you made your money
even.
back, and then we called it good because we did not understand ranking. That was a learning curve.
And I didn't have the same sourcing anymore, so it was like it was outside of our wheelhouse on the sourcing for that. So, but anyway, we just got our first Fulfilled by merch. I'd always done FBA, so $11.99 for some Paw Patrol slippers.
So this was me experimenting with retail arbitrage, and I can't source anywhere because in our state of Washington State, everything is still locked down. And so basically I can still go to Walmart, and so I was like going through all the clearance, and I had actually bought some slippers for one of my kiddos, and I was like, hey, I bet those would sell for more online. And so anyway, made one sale so far. So we'll see how it does, but it's exciting to just, I think I've been so scared, and we were gated in so many things, and I was like, wow, we're not gated in that. Let's try it out and see what happens. So we'll see.
So yeah, we hope you guys had a really great weekend. I don't remember what our numbers were, but in the last...
Just Sunday was, we also don't put our retail arbitrage always on on Instagram and social media because of just the competition. So some of the big days were also due to retail arbitrage. What we've shown is mostly the thrifted items.
Yeah, and so we had a really good weekend. I think every weekend's been good, for the last couple months overall, but I want to say we did 700 to 1,000 this weekend, so
yeah, because
awesome.
Sunday alone was 500, so I'm pretty sure something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, thanks for watching. This is kind of long, so we will get off here, and we're hoping to have more videos. We would love to know if there's anything that is helpful. I've been polling my newer reselling friends for some ideas, and some things that were mentioned were things about like more the business side of reselling and photographing, and I'm trying to remember, there were a few things that she suggested. If you have any additional suggestions, we would love to make this useful. If solds are useful, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And share, yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.